Hello, hello, you beautiful, magnanimous souls. My name is Michelle, and it's an honor to connect with you, to share this loving energy space with one another. I honor you, I appreciate you, I respect you. I love you for all that you are. So today I love my Palo Santos. If I can Palo Santo it up a little, I'm gonna. It just so happened that I had some in the car, because I did, like an intention type, process before using the cleansing attributes of Palo Santos, and I had it still left in the vehicle from that. But today, what I wanted to talk about was something I was inspired to talk about earlier, and I didn't know what platform I was going to talk about it, because I've been sorry about that. I've been talking about authenticity. And of course, because we are limitless beings expressing ourselves in unlimited ways, there is limitless perspectives of which that can be shared and expressed upon when it comes to identifying what it means to express ourselves authentically, as in the highest nature of its purest form, and in low nature of authenticity, in its lower expression, right? How can we become more discerning in knowing and following our intuition when we're working with other people who are authentically expressing themselves to the best that they can, but they may only be operating out of the awareness that they are who they believe themselves to be through the eyes of maybe limited perception, maybe the eyes of the ego, to say it in the most honest way, right? When you perceive who you are through the eyes of your ego, there are barriers to that construct of you thinking that you may be limited in a variety of different ways and a variety of different levels. So as we are, journeying on this exploration of self-awareness and expanding into our knowingness of self more and more and more, to seeing the limitless aspect of self, to knowing that we are everyone and everything as a whole, that you are actually the whole entire universe becoming aware of itself. And that's just the beginning. Again, you are not just limited to this universe, but it's difficult for the logical mind to kind of get clued in onto how we can look beyond the universe. So we'll start with the universe first. You are a fractalized expression of the whole entire universe becoming aware of itself. You beautiful, magnanimous souls, I love you. So authenticity. What inspired me to talk more about authenticity? Well, there was a post that a friend of mine had put up on his page, and it said, don't treat people as bad as they are. Treat them as good as you are. Oh man, I love that. I love that a lot. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I've been preaching about, this authenticity. But this is on another level, because it's expanding into also inclusivity of understanding how we are always expressing ourselves to how we have a relationship. And basically we're just projecting outwardly a mirrored reflection of our relationship with ourselves internally. That's all that's happening. So I'm talking about also the 4 A's to emotional mastery, emotional stability, accountability, approval, acceptance, allowance. And with number 1, the number 1 position of the letter A word is accountability, taking complete accountability for ourselves. releasing anything and everything that is outside of our own control, which everything and anything, and I've been preaching. I'm going to continue preaching about the serenity prayer, the serenity prayer, the serenity prayer. Release what you cannot control. I love it, I love it, I love it a lot. You cannot control others. You cannot control situations. So you can't control things outside of you, and you can't control people outside of you. You can only control you. So this, don't treat people as bad as they are. Well, they can treat you pretty nasty. They can treat you like dirt. They can spit on your name. They can, try to come up with a major smear campaign against you and try to diminish your authority, maybe diminish your value, maybe get you to look like a menace to society. Who knows what kind of agendas may be operating behind the scenes to try to take you out, if that's what they might be doing. I guess there's a variety of different levels that people might be experiencing hardship through others, because if they're treating them bad, if other people are treating you bad, well, that's a reflection of them. That's a reflection of them. The only reason why they're treating you bad is because they want to feel a sense of superiority. They want to feel better by treating you bad. It's not that they're bad people. They just don't know their value. They just don't know their worth. They don't know how empowered they could be by loving themselves. So they have to put others down in some way, shape, or form. They might do it on a little bit of a little level, or they might be doing it on a big, huge level. They might have, 20, 30 people that they've collectively gathered up to try to take you out, But how you respond to them, how you react to them, is a reflection of you. So, stepping into your highest nature of authentic expression, your highest nature of authenticity, is allowing you to love them for all that they are, because they are learning soul growth lessons by trying to take you out, by trying to diminish your light, by trying to deplete you. And maybe they might even be trying to siphon your life force from you by, maybe psychological warfare attacks against you, sending psychic attacks against you. Who knows what level? Only you do in your story and in your experience. Only you know how people have operated against you, to what degree and to what level they have and are. But how can you still find and remain in your peace and your serenity and your sanctuary of, knowing that nothing outside of you can affect you? How can you find your emotional stability by taking complete accountability over you and how you respond to them? And what I have found, here is the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful golden key that I have found as the gift that has been given to me, is to fall in love, to literally fall in love with how every single human has the gift of free will. Love your fellow human for the sacred choice of free will that we have been given. No matter how they choose to use their free will, if they choose to use their free will to operate against you, well, you still love them, because guess what? They're exercising their free will. Your ego is completely taken out of it at that point. You love them for all that they are, even though they don't know all that they are. If they knew all that they were and are, they wouldn't be operating out of disempowerment, trying to take you out. You know this. And I know I'm talking to some powerful empaths out there right now. And don't allow them to diminish your light. You treat them as good as you are, because your heart is pure and you've been working on exercising your free will to heal yourself so that you can heal those that are connected to you. So those that are directly operating against you, you are actually healing them too by you healing yourself. So you continue to love them for all that they are and the free will that they're choosing to exercise, even if it's going completely against you. because now you're free. Your heart can sing free, and you are authentically operating out of your highest nature form of authenticity. You no longer are doing things, saying things, so that you can gain approval, acceptability, or likability, or validation from anybody outside of you. You're no longer operating out of that mindset. No. You're operating out of the mindset of you doing you. Going against the grain and loving people who are normally deemed as unlovable people that aren't worthy of love. Let's really bring change to this new movement called the Great Awakening. Let's really bring about change. Let's show people what the real change looks like by loving those who are once deemed or currently deemed as unlovable people because of how evil they're operating out of. Nah. Just because they're choosing to operate out of evil and maliciousness, that does not define them. They are equally deserving of love, and you know that. Heyoka empath, you know that. So you love them for their exercised free will to choose to help you advance you. Because them operating against you, you know what it is doing for you. You know what it's doing for you. You are able to master the craft of your own alchemy and just take all that negative energy that they're spewing and spitting and stirring up at you and sending to you to use as fuel to rise into your highest and highest expression each and every day. You become stronger and wiser and more resilient to anything outside of you not being able to knock you off your course, knock you off kilter. You are able to remain steady and strong and centered, and your ability to love beyond belief. To love beyond belief. That's why you're here. To bring the change that we really need to this kickoff of our great awakening to all that we are. We need to show others what it really means to love beyond belief, even those who are now being deemed as unlovable people because they're so evil or malicious. No, they deserve love too. The evil that they're operating out of does not define them. It just defines how they're operating out of the false light, fear-based matrix. We know this. We are ascending, fellow empaths. We are ascending beyond the programming so we can show people what it really takes to love everyone and everything just the way that they are. So, I really hope that this message landed home for you. I really hope it touched your heart. I really hope it had an opportunity to uplift you, inspire you, empower you, and show you just how beautiful you are. And I don't know if anybody has ever told you today or ever how beautiful of a magnanimous soul that you really are. But if you haven't heard those words, well, I'm telling you today. You are needed, you are necessary, and you are loved. Don't ever give up on yourself. Don't ever give up on yourself. I'm rooting for you. And I will always root for you. And support you. And love you. No matter what you got going on in your life, I support you. And I'm rooting for you. Okay? So, I'm going to leave you with that, beautiful souls. Just remember, don't be treating those people as bad as they are. Because that's a reflection of you, right? How they're treating you is a reflection of them. And how you respond to them is a reflection of you. You be the change. You be the change. You be the change. Right? This is my notebook here. You be the... Oh, it's probably backwards. Anyway, you be that change. All right? I love you. And if you need any support, one-on-one, I am finding a way to go ahead and make that possible here soon. So just stay tuned, okay? I love you. Namaste.